My name is Lewis Burns, and I was in the 101st Airborne Division, the 501 Parachute Infantry Regiment, at regimental headquarters, kind of under Colonel Johnson in World War II. It was based in Newbury, England, and then from there was where we went and made the invasion of France on D-Day. We got to where we were going to jump over in France. They had drop zones laid out, and I was in drop zone D, and so they kept dropping guys out before they got to the drop zone, and of course they'd miss and they wouldn't have any idea where they were. But I was one of the fortunate ones that had it not been for the bundle that had blocked the entry out, why we'd have probably dropped before we got to the drop zone. It must have taken us several hours to get with Colonel Johnson, because they had already made the taken the lock just about the time we got there. He sent these patrols up there to try to blow the bridge. Well, the resistance was so heavy there that they couldn't go. The most frightening thing was, I think, is when my sergeant had walked through that opening in that wall, and they got him with an 88. This was a serious situation, and I didn't want to be a part of it if I could, if I could. But then the next day, or 2 days, I guess, second day from that was when I got shot. My back was exposed, and so when I got hit, then it just drove me forward and kind of sideways. And I think it's when they twisted my diaphragm. I crawled out of that hole and started crawling back to the command post. And that's when my buddy that was out there with me, he came along under all that fire, and but he was standing up when he picked me up and put me over his shoulder and carried me on into there. One of my buddies, he was in the 509, and he was wounded, and he had the same wound that I got, and he was in Italy and I was in France. That happened. And I met him here in Cordis Junction. His name was Elmer Cousins. And he liked to talk about that all the time.